attending this presentation, you are open to the truth as it can be known, following in new ideas and actions for the making of a better life. James Coleman, Inner Peace Arts Unscripted, writer, speaker, coach on personal development, spirituality, and social change. Check out the blog, innerpeacearts.wordpress.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook and Twitter, InnerPeaceArts1, and email me at innerpeacearts@protonmail.com. Today, I'm going to revisit confidence. And I've talked about confidence before, and the definition there is confidence as the ability to predict things in your favor. There's another piece I want to add to confidence, and it's about trusting yourself. And this trusting, what I'm meaning by trusting yourself, is being able to trust that the flow of ideas, the flow of thoughts, the flow of decisions, that they are supporting of your agenda and that they are correct. I think that that's important because, it's, and here's a great example is when you have that little thought that says, I should go left. So let's take driving. You're like, oh, you know what? I think I should go left. And then you go, no, I'm going to go right. And then you go right, and then you're stuck in traffic, right? That first voice was right. Now, I'm not saying the first voice is always right. I'm bringing it up as the fact that you didn't trust yourself and it was wrong, right? So we could go the other way, right? I was driving and I had an idea that I should go, something told me I should go right, and I said I should go left. I think I should go left, and I was like, nah, left isn't right, I'm gonna go, right isn't right, I'm gonna go, oh, I messed it up. Okay, let me do it again. I get a voice that says, go right. I say to myself, I should go left. And then I say to myself, nah, going left is wrong, I'm going to go right. Right? So the first voice now was wrong because left was the way to go. That's what I wanted to. So you can see how it can go both ways. And this, this type of thinking is what I'm calling reasonable and honest and where you're able to see how things can actually play out. Right? So it's not about the voice being right or wrong, but it's about your looking at the voice and making the decision. So there's both. There's two places where it can go wrong. The voice can be wrong, or your association, your analysis of what the voice said could be wrong. In either case, confidence is when they're both right and there's congruency. That builds confidence. And I think it's a tool for building confidence, having this, because if they're both right, then you're going to be able to, walk in those predictions that you've made, right? So it's really not the same, it's not a different idea, it's a different aspect of it. And of course these aspects are very important because as you have more aspects within the same topic, you're able to navigate finer and finer detailed situations with success. So I bring up this specific notion of being able to trust yourself, and how does that happen? How do we grow in trusting ourselves? Well, I think it's related to honesty, right? We look at what we say and see if it's true. So there's this, and also as we're doing this, I wanted you guys to see the relationship between the concepts and why I call one YouTube video I had found a long time ago. This professor called it Constellation of Concepts. And I think that that's true, and that's why, in some ways, I think of myself as an astro shaman, right? Um, because because it's really like, I say shaman because that's the person who a culture calls on when things are really screwed up and they don't know what to do, right? So that's that's kind of how I think of myself. And you're typically outside the community. The shaman doesn't live with everybody else because he's the weirdo, right? Um, um, and so I think of myself that way in my analysis of culture. And anyway, so, but it's a modern shaman, so in that sense, I'm living amongst the people. Anyway, an astro, because looking at these ideas and beliefs as stars and as, us linking them together with lines in our minds. Anyway, that was really unscripted. Um, Back to confidence, back to trusting yourself, and what are the tools for trusting yourself. Obviously, truth and being able to see it is a tool for building confidence. But it's also getting used to saying the right things, right? And this is important for those people that have a habit of lying, right? And then the lies we tell ourselves, right? Working through that helps us to be more confident in that stream, there's that word again, that flows through us. So that when the thought comes, I can look at it and say, okay, that's cool because I've connected it with all these other things that I know are true. That's one way. One way is just, is just doing the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you're called to do, the things that are in you to do. And hey, spend some time with me, and those things will come out. That's what I do. So do more things that flow from your being, and you will find that you can trust that stream, the stream of consciousness, the flow of thoughts, the correctness of the thoughts, more and more and more. And that's really important because you're going to be in situations where you're not going to have anything but your body as the technology to deal with the situation. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? How are you going to respond to this person? What tools are you going to pull out of the situation to put something together to make something happen, right? And this is all related to confidence. You can be confident when what you say and what you're thinking and the inner voice is all in congruence. So here we see also a relationship between the stream of confidence and alignment, which we've talked about before, and alignment is very important. So that's what I wanted to share today. I know I need to offer some more tools on this, and I'm getting to that, getting to providing more tools. I actually have to, doing the tool thing actually has to be semi-scripted. I just know because, well, here's why. Because the tool, actually, once you get the tool, it goes in and you just use it. You don't even think about it anymore. So then I have to go back and I have to kind of rethink about what I've done, what I'm doing, and what were the steps, and how to break it down. And then there's the whole meta-domain dichotomy, which will probably Greek, but I'll explain that at some point too. So we'll have tools, and also the other thing that I want to put together is kind of a list of the truths, right? So that you can meditate on the truths and know that meditation is on something that's really thought out and bottom line in a modern way, and not making what I'm calling without the biases of the ancients. And why do I say it like that? Because I say that because if the ancients had it, they would still be here, and that same kind of way of life would be, but they're not. So I take, in some ways, not all, but in some ways, the fact that there wasn't a persistence of that truth in the way that it should be, that there was a problem either in the expression or in the way of life. Listen, there's not many of us who would choose to live in ancient Rome. There's not many of us who would choose to live in ancient Greece. There's not many of us who would choose to live in any ancient culture, because we know of the brutality that is not really present in our way of life in the modern sense in the same way. That's my guess. I mean, some people may, be on top and want to go back to ancient Rome, and I don't know. I just don't see many people wanting to go, back to, we're actually moving towards a new kind of feudalism, which I think should scare people, because feudalism as a social structuring is, it's not very flexible, put it that way. But again, this is a lot of stuff not related to the confidence. So let's go back to confidence. I'll have some tools related to this. How do I begin to trust myself? Trusting myself is really what I wanted to talk about. And you have it in you to find ways to trust yourself. And so you can discover those things too. But the point is to trust yourself. And that will build confidence. Yavarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha. Shalom. Thanks be to Stream, in Stream, by Stream. Take it easy.